Hello, students. Here is a question on simultaneous equation word problems. A man travels for 10 kilometers in 50 minutes if he runs 8 kilometers and walks for 2 kilometers. Now, if he runs 4 kilometers and walks for 6 kilometers, his time is 1 hour 15 minutes. Find the running and walking speeds. Now, the first thing I will do, I will say let the running speed be X. Then let the walking speed be Y. Once I establish that, then I'll come to the questions. We have two cases. We have the first case, which is going to be case 1. Now, case 1, we are told that he actually covered 10 kilometers. But of those 10 kilometers, running distance is 8 kilometers. Then walking distance covered is 2 kilometers. And we are told that the total time spent, let's check it out, is 50 minutes. So here we are going to have 50 minutes. And of course, 50 minutes is the same thing as 5/6 hours. Now, if you have an issue with that, is you are going to have divide 50 minutes by 60, okay? Because 1 hour is 60 minutes. Now, once you cancel, you have your 5/6. So that is exactly how I got the 5/6 hours. Now, we're done with that. But again, take note that we've said that running speed is X and walking speed is Y. And we're given the total time. So why not let's look for time spent running. Now, for us to get time, we know that time is distance over speed. So let's take note of that. Now, the running speed or time spent running is going to be distance used running, which is 8 kilometers, over the speed, which is X, because we've established it already from here. So this is actually written as 8/X. So we're done with that. Then we come down to time spent walking. The same thing we are going to do here. The distance for walking is 2 and the speed for walking is Y. Now, recall the time spent for running and for walking, the two of them, when you add it, is going to give you these 50 minutes or 5/6 hours. So we can now form an equation using the fact that 8/X, which is the time for running, plus 2/Y, okay, which is the time for walking, must give me 5/6, which is the total time spent in the first case. And this is equation 1. Now, let's move to the second case. Now, case 2. Now, in the second case, we are told that the distance for running and walking are 4 and 6 respectively. So we come here for running. We are told that it's 4 kilometers. Then for walking is 6 kilometers. Now, the total time in this case is 1 hour 15 minutes, unlike the first case that it is just 50 minutes. And we can change these 2 hours, so that's going to be 1/4 hours. And if you ask me how I got this, if you are changing 15 minutes, this is 15/60, which is 1/4. Okay, so we're done with that. Now, the same thing we are going to do here. The time for running is now going to be the distance for running, which is 4, all over the established speeds for running, which is X. So we have X. Then time for working will now be 6 over y. Now, once I add the two, that is 4 over x, the time for running, plus y plus 6 over y, the time for working, it will give me 1 over 4, which is my equation 2. So working out equation 1 and 2 respectively, we are going to have 8 over x, simultaneously, we are going to, this 2 over y is equals to 5 over 6. This is equation 1. Then I have 4 over x, then plus 6 over y is equals to, changing it to an improper fraction, this should be 5 over 4. Good. Now, working this out, I am going to use elimination method. And why? Why? The rationale behind it here is 8 over x, and here is 4 over x. It therefore means that if I multiply this by 1, then I come to this place, I multiply the second equation by 2, I will have things that will cancel out. So doing that, I'm going to have 8 over x plus 2 over y is equals to 5 over 6. The first one remains unchanged, but this is going to be 8 over x plus 12 over y is equals to 10 over 4. Now, what seems to be the issue here is that everything here has been multiplied by 2. Okay, so take note. Now, since we have this, I can now come to this and say I will subtract to eliminate anything that has to do with x. So 8 over x minus 8 over x, of course, it is 0. So we do not have any problem with that. Then plus here, permit me to write it as 2 over y minus 12 over y. Okay. Then here I'm going to have 5 over 6 minus 10 over 4. Or better still, can I just write it as 5 over 2? I think this should be okay. So this is what I have. Now, good. Since I have this, I'm going to have 2 over y minus 12 over y. The LCM, of course, is y. So I'm going to have 12 minus, 2 minus 12, which is going to be minus 10 over y. Then I have 5 over 6 minus 5 over 2. Of course, the LCM is 6. So that I'm going to have 5 minus, this is going to be 15. Okay. That is going to be minus 10 over 6. Good. Now, it means that minus 10 over y is equals to minus 10 over 6. Cross multiplying, I'm going to have minus 10y is equals to minus 60. So that once I divide, I'm going to end up with y is equals to minus 60 over minus 10. So y is going to be 6 hours. So I'm done with this. I've gotten y. Then I'll substitute y into any of the equations. I think let me substitute y into the second equation so that I'm going to have 4 over x plus, instead of 6 over y, I'm going to have 6 over, of course, y is 6. So I have 6 over 6 is equals to 5 over 4. And let me be sure that it's equals to 5 over 4. Okay, equals to 5 over 4. Now this is going to be 4 over x plus 1 is equals to 5 over 4. So that I'm going to have 4 over x will now be equals to 5 over 4 minus 1. Okay, and this is can easily be solved as 4 over x is equals to, you see, 5 over 4 minus 1 is actually 1 over 4. Once you cross multiply, you end up with the fact that x is equals to 4 times 4. So x is going to be 16 hours. So all in all, I've succeeded in solving the question where I have my walking speed, which is actually x, which is going to be 16 kilometers per hour. Okay, I think this is not hours. We are looking for speed, so this is going to be kilometers per hour. The same thing with this, it shall be kilometers. Okay, kilometers per hour. So we come down, this is going to be 16 kilometers per hour. Then for the running speed will now be, okay, sorry, I think I interchanged. I think this should be walking speed to be 4 kilometers per hour. Then the running speed will be 16 kilometers per hour. So we're done with this question. I want to believe you enjoyed this question. So subscribe for more interesting questions.